Welcome to Environment and Ecology classes. Quick revision classes. Climate change. Climate change. It refers to a change in long-term weather pattern or climate caused. Climate caused predominantly by human activities. Global warming deals with an average increase in global temperature. It occurs mainly due to the greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect is a process caused by greenhouse gases which occur naturally in the atmosphere. It keeps the earth warm, making it habitable. However, human-generated greenhouse gas has distributed the natural balance, causing global warming. climatechange.ipa.org. Natural greenhouse effect. Sun radiation, more heat escapes into space. Human enhanced greenhouse effect. Sun, solar radiation, less heat escapes into space. Greenhouse gases, GHGs. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere, which makes the earth warmer. Their warming capacity is measurable. Global warming potential, GWP, is a measure of total energy that a gas absorbs over 100 years compared to carbon dioxide, CO2. Serial number, gas, source, GWP. First one is water vapor. Natural human induced. Natural evaporation. Human induced negligible. GWP nil. Second one is carbon dioxide. Natural carbon cycle. Example, respiration by plants and animals. Burning of fossils, fossil fuels, industrial process, etc. GWP is 1. Next is methane. Wetlands, oceans, volcanoes, wildfire. Human-induced agriculture, industry, solid waste, burning of fossil fuels. GWP is 21. Fourth one is nitrous oxide. Natural is bacteria breaking nitrogen in soil and oceans. Human-induced is agriculture, burning of fossil fuels, industrial processes. GWP is 310. Fluorinated gases. First one is hydrofluorocarbons, HFCs. Second one is perfluorocarbons, PFCs. Sulfur hexafluoride, SFC. No natural source. Human induced. Refrigerants, aerosol propellants, solvents, fire retardants, etc. Byproducts of various industrial processes. Transmission and distribution of electricity and manufacturing semiconductors heat. GWP is 140 to 11,700. 6,500 to 9,200. 23,000 to 23,900. Next is black carbon soot, wildfires, biomass burning solid fuel vehicles. Impacts of climate change. Changing in weather patterns such as rainfall as increase of extreme events, heat wave, flooding, droughts. Second one is melting of ice caps and glaciers. Third one is habitat loss and extinct of flora and fauna. Fourth one is the spread of diseases. Fifth one is coral reef bleaching and increase in sea level. Mitigation strategies. There are two main strategies to mitigate the climate change. Removing GHGs from the atmosphere, reducing the release of GHGs into the atmosphere. First, let us see the removing GHGs from the atmosphere. First one, carbon sequestration. It is a long-term storage of GHGs either to mitigate climate change or to defer it. Carbon is pumped into Carbon sinks. Natural sinks, forests, oceans, soils, etc., and artificial sinks, depleted oil reserves and mines. Carbon credit. It is a tradable certificate which gives the right to emit 1 ton of carbon or equivalent. Funds raised from this mechanism can be utilized for reducing the carbon footprint. Carbon footprint. Carbon tax. It is a tax imposed mainly on fuels. It aims to discourage the use of fossil fuel and raise funds for green projects. Geoengineering. It aims to modify and cool the environment. Examples are whitewashing the roofs to reflect sunlight, placing a mirror in the space, artificial trees to absorb carbon, etc. These strategies are still in the incipient stage. Reducing the release of GHGs into the atmosphere. First one is, it includes a host of strategies promoting and using renewable energy. Reduce, recycle, reduce, reuse, recycle strategy, using energy and fuel efficient products and services. Policy interventions to make public utilize eco-friendly and energy efficient products and services, such as public transport, making laws and regulations such as mandatory production and selling of BS4 emission standard vehicles in India. As the climate change is a global phenomenon, it requires global effort to mitigate climate change. Climate Change Organization and global initiatives. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC. A. UN Summit Conference on Environment and Development, UNCED, 1992, held in Rio de Janeiro, adopted the first multilateral legal instrument on climate change, that is UNFCCC. It entered into force on 21st March 1944. All the multilateral negotiations are being held under the aegis of UNFCCC. First program is Kyoto Protocol Goal or About Mechanism. Main goal to stabilize and control GHGs in the atmosphere based on the Common but Differential Responsibility (CBDR) mechanism. Countries were divided into two categories. Annex 1. These are developed countries which are asked to make legally binding emission cuts. Countries can use a flexible mechanism too, such as carbon trading, clean development mechanism, under which these countries can set up clean projects in Annex 2 countries. Annex 2 countries. Annex 2. These are developing and less developed countries which are asked to reduce emission as possible. Paris Agreement. To hold the increase of global average temperature to well below 2 degrees Celsius by 2050. Intended nationally determined contributions. It is pledged and review system. No legal binding. Developed countries have pledged $100 billion every year starting from 2020. Third one is RED, REDD plus, RED plus, REDD plus. Reducing emissions from deforestation and degradation. Includes incentives for conservation and sustainable management of forests for developing countries. Funded by GEF, Strategic Climate Fund, by Carbon Fund, Green Climate Funds, and Global Climate Change Alliance. Fourth one is Global Environment Facilities, GEF. Facilitate financial mechanism for all UNFCCC programs. 4 area: biodiversity, climate change, international waters, RED plus, RED and RED plus, ozone layer depletion and persistent organic pollutants. Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC. It is a scientific body to review and access to climate change. Established by UN Environment Program, UNEP, and World Meteorological Organization, WMO. Other than UNFCCC initiatives. Number 1 is Program Goal Mechanism. Kigali Agreement amendment to Montreal Protocol. It is expected to arrest a rise in global average temperature by 0.5 degrees Celsius by 2100. Legally binding agreement. Mechanism. Countries are divided into three groups. First group, developed countries to based on HFCs from 2019 by 2036. Second group, emerging economies to start phase down from 2021 by 2045. Third group, developing economies with hottest climate start phase down from 2028 by 2047. Second one is International Solar Alliance to efficiently exploit the solar energy, mainly in sunshine countries, initiated by India and France, to raise funds from multilateral agencies and institutions such as World Bank and fund the solar projects in long-term basis. The Common Risk Mitigation Mechanism (CRMM) is an important mechanism. India and climate change. India is one of the most vulnerable countries in the world for climate change. Therefore, India has taken the following initiatives to fight climate change. National Action Plan on Climate Change. Serial number, scheme, target or objective. First one, National Solar Mission, 100 MW of solar power by 2022. Second one, the National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency. Energy saving, avoid electricity capacity addition. Carbon emission mitigation of 98 million tons per year. National Mission on Sustainable Habitat. It aims to promote sustainability of habitats in building, urban planning, better solid and liquid waste management, public transport and conservation. Fourth one is the National Water Mission. Integrated water resource management, minimizing usage and equitable distribution of water. Increase water efficiency by 20%. National Water Policy. Fifth one is National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem. Building human and institutional capacities, sustainable socio-economic development, study traditional knowledge system and community participation. Sixth one, National Mission for Green India. Increase green cover on 5 million hectare and improve quality of another 5 million hectare, improve ecosystem service, increase forest-based livelihood income of about 3 million household, enhance annual carbon sequestration by 50 to 60 million tons in year 2020. National Vision for Sustainable Agriculture. Adopt strategies as per the agro-climatic zone, enhance agricultural productivity, promote laboratory to land emission reduction, promote dry land agriculture, nutrition management and integrated pest management, agriculture support and agriculture insurance. The National Mission on the Strategic Knowledge for the Climate Change, formation of knowledge network, establishing research network, etc. National Bioenergy Mission. It is estimated that 25,000 megawatts of power can be generated from the biomass from agriculture and food industry in India. India's intended nationally determined contribution and INDC to Paris Agreement. 33 to 35% emission intensity reduction on 2030 over 2005. Total renewable energy capacity at 175 gigawatt by 2022. 40% of total power from non-fossil fuels resources. Increase forest cover by to sequester 2.5 to 3 crore zero. Need to drive higher investment in health, agriculture, water. Total cost of meeting NDC's US $2.5 million till 2030. Some other important initiatives, serial number, schemes about. One is India Network on Climate Change Assessment. It prepares report on impact on climate change on India and suggests measure and policy to tackle it. Second is Introduction of Liability Program for appliances. Under the National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency was established and star-based energy efficiency labeling was introduced. Energy Conservation Building Code. It was established to promote building of energy efficiency buildings. It has two sub-programs: green buildings, green ratings for integrated habitat assessment, GRIHA. Promotions of biofuels. It mandates at least 5% ethanol blending in petrol and diesel. India Cooling Action Plan (MOEF)CC has drafted this plan with following objectives: recognition of cooling and related areas, is reducing cooling demand by 20 to 25% by 2038, and reducing refrigerant demand by 25 to 30%, reducing cooling energy requirements 25 to 30%, training 1 lakh technicians. References: websites of UNFCCC, Ministry of Renewable Energy, NCERT books, NEOS Environment. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll continue with the another chapter, renewable energy and pollution. Thank you.